Alright guys, welcome back to another training session. So for this session, we're going to start with our yo-yo sit-ups. As you can see, my legs are going to kick out as they come into my chest. My hand is going to go straight to the ceiling, okay? So as my hand comes down, my legs will kick back out, okay? So you're just basically, if your legs in, your arms out, and your arms come back in, your legs will go back out. For this session, we're going to do 12 reps for each exercise. You can repeat 2 to 3 times after you've gone through the session. Make sure to take a break, about 30 seconds to 1 minute break after the circuit. But also, guys, don't feel free to take as much rest as you need between each exercise, okay? There's no rush in terms of the rest that you need. Next, what we have some crisscrosses. And so as you can see, my right leg is going to go over my left leg. I'm going to do that 12 times. And then my left leg is going to go over my right leg for another 12 times. Okay? So these are our crisscrosses. You can keep your core engaged the entire time. These are just to get our heart rate up. Alright? And then we'll go on into the next exercise. So now for this one, we have our skater hops, but we are doing it very, very slow. If you want to count 5 seconds on each step, that's okay, all right? But make sure that your elbow is turned towards your opposite knee, your left or your other arm is extended to give you that balance. You can lean forward a little bit just to engage your core. Make sure to breathe on each step. All right, and you're going to do this 12 times, all right? So it's 12 steps from side to side. All right, guys, next up we have our shoulder taps to chair pose, okay? So as you can see, I'm gonna go into that plank. I'm gonna give myself a shoulder tap on each arm and then move my knees into basically a chair position or a chair pose, okay? Now, each time I tap my shoulder and I move my knees inwards, that's gonna count as 1 rep, all right? All right, and so these shoulder taps are similar to a bear crawl, especially when we move our knees into that bending 90-degree position. You want to try and keep your hips low, squeeze those inner thighs, keep your core engaged the entire time, guys. That is really, really important. And what's also really important is that, as you can see, when I tap my shoulder, I'm going to keep my hips square to make sure that they do not turn on the other side. Next up, guys, we have our squat to knee drive. As you can see, I'm going to go down into that full squat, almost into a sumo squat, which means that my glutes are almost going to touch the ground. But If you want to go into a chair position squat, that's okay as well. You're going to drive your knee across your body, okay? So you can use your hands as targets, almost like you're kneeing someone in the midsection. Go back into that squat, keep your toes on the ground, and drive that knee across your body. This is going to be great for your obliques as well as your lats. It's going to be a nice transverse exercise that really gets a good midsection exercise for our body. All right, guys, next up we have our V-sit rotation. So these are a fun one. Basically, grab a water bottle or any type of utensil, anything that you want to grab that you can basically use to go around your midsection. You're going to have both legs above the ground. You're going to be going into a clockwise motion with that object as you keep your hips engaged, you keep your core engaged, and you keep your feet off the ground, okay? What you can do 12 rotations clockwise, and you can do 12 counterclockwise rotations as well. All right, guys, last one is going to be the running man to jump. Basically, these are similar to a crisscross. All right, I'm gonna have you take one step forward, one step back, and then jump straight up into the ground, okay? You wanna stay light on those toes. Make sure to keep your core engaged, your thighs engaged and contracted as well. If you want to, you can swing your arms side to side to give you that transverse movement. You wanna go as fast as you can. You're gonna go about 12 reps, and then after this, you're gonna take a little bit of a break and then go right back into the circuit 2 more times, okay? All right, here we go.